graphics designer Michael Aquela believes in the phrase, time is money. That's one of the reasons he likes to get paid by the hour. Literally.
Ithaca Hours are the form of barter script that takes place in the community. The way that a person gets involved with a program is they offer a good or a service to the community.
The Ithaca Hours earned for that good or service can then be exchanged for bagels, bike repair, or just about anything else.
You can pay, get your house painted with us if you want to. There's just hundreds of different services available that otherwise you have to pay cash for.
We decided to follow a few Ithaca Hours around for a while and see where they would take us. We began at the City Health Club, which took the hours as part of a membership payment and then used them to pay this man, electrician Miles Minardi.
Tony Lieb, the owner of the City Health Club, got my name out of the Ithaca Hours publication. It's kind of an interesting way to do business. It definitely is a little bit more personal. It puts a different kind of worth on your time.
In this case, that worth was translated into a full-course meal at Turback's restaurant, which in turn used the Ithaca Hours for plant care.
People tend to think of the hours as having more value than a $10 bill. And it's nice. We enjoy doing it.
Lisa Hunt, who cares for the plants at Turback's, took her hours to pie maker Ellen Maranka.
I make 2 different kinds, tofu vegetable and a chili cheese pie. For me, it's been a great way to meet people. I've met a lot of really wonderful people.
And somewhere down the line, Ellen's hours will end up right back at the City Health Club, and the chain will begin again.
It's a neat circle.
For the 8 o'clock report, I'm Dan Cohen.
For more information about Ithaca Hours, you can call 273-8025.
Well, Ithaca is one of the only places where time really is money. An Ithaca Hour, a form of local currency, can buy $10 worth of goods or services. When this program started in 1991, Ithaca became the first city to make its own money since the Great Depression. There are over $49,000 worth of Ithaca Hours in circulation, and over 200 local businesses accept Ithaca Hours in some part for payment.
As we've been able to spend more and more, we've been able to accept more. And so our policy of accepting them has increased to the point where basically they can use it on anything at the store at this point. It used to be that we only took them on bagels.
Hours can be used for some lawyers, bank fees, electricians, and other things. And at Green Star Co-op, they receive almost 200 every week.
And Green Star believe in building community, and that's what the Ithaca money does. It allows people to meet each other through the community, exchange services, get to know each other. It's a much more friendly way of exchanging money than the very cold, hard system that we have now.
The success of this program has prompted 20 other cities in the United States and Canada to create their own currency.
A new money system in this Finger Lakes city is catching the eyes of people across central New York. It's called the Ithaca Hour, an equivalent to 10 U.S. currency dollars or 1 hour's worth of labor, hence the name. The idea here is, if Ithaca has its own money system, the people who use it have to spend it in Ithaca. This novelty store accepts the Ithaca Hour, along with 279 other businesses in the city.
There's a sense of community when people use their own money, and it allows you to have discounts in a lot of places, and it's great for people that are residents in Ithaca.
A group of local economists oversee how the Ithaca Hour is introduced into circulation, and Dorsey Hack, who prints the notes locally, says it's tougher to counterfeit these than a regular U.S. dollar.
It's harder to print or copy than regular money.
Really?
Yeah. So
you're doing a better job of preventing counterfeiting than the federal government.
Exactly.
The reason why people that print or use this currency are not being thrown in jail is because this currency doesn't look at all like this currency.
That's according to the money printers themselves. They say as long as the Ithaca Hour is counted as taxable income, the money isn't funny. Matt O'Donnell, Action News, Ithaca.
The sleepy college town of Ithaca, New York is perhaps best known as the home of Cornell University, but its residents and businesses have another claim to fame, their own currency. First Business correspondent Claire Lake explains.
There's something going on in this town. And the IRS and the Federal Reserve say it's perfectly legal. In Ithaca, New York, they've been printing their own money, called Ithaca Hours.
It's more or less a formal bartering system, and there are many bartering systems throughout the country. But this is a little unusual that it has a currency that is traded back and forth.
This used bookstore in the center of town doubles as the bank. There's no vault, just a simple lockbox. Ithaca residents spend the local money they earn, which is taxable as income, by producing a product or performing a service.
I've done physical labor, helping people with their gardens.
One Ithaca hour is worth an hour of labor or $10 and comes in 5 denominations from an eighth of an hour all the way up to 2 hours. Since Ithaca business owners started the barter-type system in 1991 to strengthen the local economy, $60,000 worth of hours have been issued and more than 360 businesses have signed on. Even the area hospital accepts hours just as happily as it does U.S. dollars now, and so does the grocery store.
But where you'll find the most people doing business in hours instead of greenbacks is here every Saturday at the farmers market. More than 55 businesses from around town gladly accept the local currency.
It's good to kind of keep the money at home, as they say.
And for Ithacans, as they're called, that's the whole point.
When you buy and sell things with Ithaca Hours, they never leave the community, so you get that multiplier effect of the dollars getting spent over and over and over again.
But while hours still only make up 2 to 3% of most businesses' sales, the community benefits seem to outweigh the extra hassle.
That works out very nicely for us because it's not too difficult for us to use the amount of hours that we get.
A trade that's become a win-win situation for everyone.
There you go. Thank you.
Claire Laka, First Business.
Well, imagine living in a town that has its own currency. You'd be able to use it in all the stores, even pay off loans with it. And so far, it seems to be paying off for one New York community. But can it work in yours? CNN's Brian Jenkins takes a look.
$5? $5, okay, and I'm going to pay with the quarter hour also.
Super.
Okay.
With their own form of currency called hours in circulation for 6 years now, folks in Ithaca, New York have become fairly adept at figuring fractions. The 1 hour note is worth 10 US dollars. It shows the city's most stunning natural feature, Ithaca Falls. People here are proud of their Finger Lake scenery, proud of their city of 30,000, their county of 100,000, and a few folks decided having their own legal tender with government approval would help keep money made here, spent here.
I think it's an acknowledgement of what our community has to offer from people to people.
The currency first goes out to businesses that pay for ads in the bi-weekly paper, Our Town. 360 places now accept the bills, including the Body and Soul Tattoo Parlor and the Autumn Leaves bookstore.
About as many people use Ithaca Hours as use an American Express or a Discover card.
The Alternatives Federal Credit Union takes the bills for all its fees. The Green Star Grocery accepts up to a quarter of an hour per person per day.
We're a small store. A lot of people who shop here know each other, and barter is a way to build relationships within the community as well.
That's what Shade Gomez has done with the part of his pay he gets in the local currency.
I've spent it on childcare for my son. I've spent it on rent.
Tim Allen's done a variety of jobs for local pay.
An hour value is $10, so I could ask a value of $10 for an hour's worth of work, no matter what it is. So it raises the minimum wage for me.
Ithaca's mayor says the local currency has also helped get ideas off the ground.
It's allowed some people the opportunity to start businesses or expand their businesses, much more beyond the scope of what they would ever dream of.
His only fear is that too many towns will want their own money and compete against each other. Already, 40 communities around the U.S. are printing their own bills. The man who prints hours in Ithaca isn't worried about counterfeiting because the bills have a mark sensitive to heat and light.
If you touch it, it's going to go clear. If you hit it with UV, it's going to go dark.
Most folks here aren't concerned with how the currency looks, but what it does to bring people together. Brian Jenkins, CNN, Ithaca, New York.